Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Viviana and I have been sharing with you all about my prep and now my post-show. I am now over 5 months post-show, 21 weeks, and I'm going to share with you my update, what's going on with me. I know I haven't been sharing an update in the past few weeks because life has been crazy, right? But I also get asked how I stay motivated, right? So I will share that with you. Hello everybody, it is Sunday and it looks like it's chilly outside, but it's actually beautiful, it's not cold. And I had registered for a yoga class, so I'm going to try to get my training in this morning and then head to yoga, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, so the cycle symptoms are pervasive and the scale is adjusting according to that. The human body is a sponge, right? Holding a little bit of water right now. So I think it's probably best if we just keep calories the same. Which new training program is going well. 28th wedding anniversary. That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah. You got a trip coming in May. Certainly, I'd love nothing more than to hear about a great anniversary trip. You definitely earned it. You kick butt every single day. So let's keep the plan the same this week. If we are seeing some lower numbers and good hunger, we could potentially be adding some more food in the future. But overall, I've said it before, but our calories related to body composition are the best they've been, and they just continue to get better. So have a great week. Thanks, Viviana. That's one of my concerns, is that you don't want to be weighing more if it's body fat. But I'm wondering if you're actually adding muscle, because you look fantastic. It looks like you're getting nice and strong in the gym. So that makes me feel really good. So new training program. So let me look over if I'm correct. You said you changed the movements. I'm going to set it up with the new movements and the new weights. I'm going to do that now. Okay. Awesome work. No changes to nutrition. Thank you, Viviana.
Okay, everybody. So I'm going to start with my update. And as you guys that have been following know that about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe a little more, I'm not sure, but I had to go to my sister's wedding in Merida, and so I shared a little bit about that, and then of course I get back to reality and a lot of catching up at work, right? So recently I have been working a lot more hours, and so it's been pretty difficult to share or do my videos or update you and kind of share what's going on social media. But that doesn't mean that I am not training, doing what I need to, right, as an athlete. So Even though, it's busy or I haven't been sharing on social media, I still continue to do what I need to do. And then I did have some changes. I did share with some of you about my training. That's really what changed. My calories are the highest they've been, and I am now 5 months post show. So over, actually this week is today, 21 weeks post show. And so my last show was in November 2024. We are in April of 2025. And so I have been, slowly increasing my macros and then my weight. So my weight obviously is going to go up, but we're trying to slowly increase the food without gaining too much fat, right? So that's pretty difficult because obviously when you start gaining weight or when you start eating more, naturally you're gonna, gain some fat. Now, because we plan on continuing to compete, we want to do that slow, and we don't want to get to a point where it's going to be very difficult to for the next prep. So many years ago, there was, or most people would bulk. There is still some people that do that, and just kind of like right after the show, they start eating more calories, they gain, more weight. So what happens, and that's also for me, years ago when I would, from a show in bulk, then when I started prep, it was more difficult just because there was more fat in my body. And so my prep was longer, and I had to, cut down as I was getting ready for the show. And if you have a show that you're planning to do, and I mean planning like you're paying, you're doing the work, you're doing everything, and then a lot of people are not okay with extending, right? To say, well, I'm not ready for the show that I thought, so I'm gonna move it to the next one until I'm ready. Some people, because they've already, got work, PTO, their days off, they are plan a trip, they paid for the flight, they paid for the entries and everything, that they choose to do it. So a lot of the times the coaches will push them, the athletes harder, or the athletes will push harder to get to the physique that they need to be competitive. So people do that, they still do that. Now in my case, I rather try to eat as many calories as possible, slowly, add them after my show, add the weight slowly, but not to the point where it's going to be very difficult for my next prep. So hopefully, when I prep again, right, it's not going to be that much weight that I have to lose, or fat. And so when I start leaning for that show, I don't have to do very long preps. It'll be short, it'll be slow, but hopefully, that's the plan. It is not going to be as stressful because I don't have that much fat to lose. So what we're doing now is slowly increasing calories when we are getting ready for the show, because not after show day, but maybe a week or two, we start increasing the food, we start lowering the cardio, so that by the time I get on stage, so when you guys see me on stage, I'm already eating a lot of calories. I'm already eating, more carbs, more fats by the time I'm on stage. And so when I finish my competition, I'm already at, a max of calories that I've had previously on my previous show or during prep, and I just continue to increase. And because my body is slowly getting these calories increased, obviously the weight is gonna go up, but we try to keep it minimal, again, to try not to gain too much fat. And in turn, when we get ready for the next show, there won't be too much to lose, or it won't be too stressful on trying to get the body to a certain percent of fat and push really hard with the cardio, with the calories. Now, it is not easier, or it's not easy. It's still difficult because you do have to cut your calories, you do have to increase your cardio, but it does make it better for you, so that you're not having to stress your body for a longer period of time. Especially us women, you guys know that we go through hormone so issues depending on how lean we get, and so you want to try to make your preps as short as possible, but also making sure that you are ready for that show that you're prepping, right? So anyways, I am now, like I said, 21 weeks post-show. From my show in the past 5 months, or 21 weeks, I've only gained 9 pounds. That's all I gain. A lot of the times you hear people, gaining post-show 15, 20 pounds, right? And I had been having preps previously where, like I said, I bulk. And so I started my prep trying to lose 25, 30 pounds. So it made it a lot difficult for me to get to the physique that I needed to get on stage, right? So this time, the plan is to not have to do that, make it shorter and make it easier on my body, because I won't have to lose that much weight or fat whenever I start my prep. Now this time I've also changed a little bit of things, and what I mean by that is like my training. So you all know that I am training or competing in the wellness division. I am a natural bodybuilder, so it makes it I don't want to say a little difficult, but it is in the wellness very competitive, and women are very big in their lower body. Naturally, most of the athletes that are in wellness is because that is just their physique. Same with me, right? When I did bikini, my feedback from the judges has always been, my lower body is big, right? Or it's just naturally my hips are bigger. So we moved on to wellness. And the challenge with that is that because I'm a natural bodybuilder, and not that I'm saying that those that are not don't work as hard, but we can only do so much for our body naturally, right? Without an assistance of anything, right? So I am trying to make changes as far as like my training. I am now doing a split workout, and that is basically just kind of separating the muscles that I'm working when I train, right? And right now I am starting, and I shared with some of you that it's different because I am going through, and let me see where it is. So it's a strength and hypertrophy program, right? And so what this is that I have days where we call them power days. And on power days, we have a lower body and upper body power day. That's like how I start my week. And that's when you see me on Instagram all sweaty, right? Because, so when you do these power bodies, you are gonna go all out with, those compound movements like a hip thrust or a squat, and try to get, the weight as much as you can, but with a good technique and just pushing yourself. And then the next few days, so that's the first and second day, I train for 5 days. The next 3 days is I can't say it, but it's hypertrophy. I get stuck. But anyways, the next days are my reps are higher, like the number of the exercise that I do is higher, and my weight that I'm lifting is a little lower, and it increases every week. So there are some changes going on there that I was not doing, and so it is challenging, but it's always fun. I've said this before, I love when I have a challenge that's just in me naturally, something that gets me going. I get super excited. And so when I don't like, when there's something new, I'm always trying to just make sure that I get it done to the best of my ability. And so with this new program, and this is my second week, so I'm starting my power days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I do my other days, my strength days. And so again, my training, we start with the first week with certain weight, and then the second week it goes up, third week goes up, and then we're doing this for 6 weeks of the same training, no changes. And the last week, obviously, like most of you know, we do close to failure. So we are going to try to do as much weight as we can or as many reps as possible. So that is a lot of fun, and I will try to put some on the screen so that you can see. Now I am a paper person, so I still do my whole writing on how much weight, even though I have it on my phone and I have a graph with the exact weight that I need to be lifting for that particular rep. So for example, if I'm doing week 1, right, and I'm doing deadlift, it has here how much I have to do for the deadlifts and how much weight I have to do for the deadlifts. But I myself always have to write everything down, how much I was doing. Did I have to do more? Was it lighter? I write my notes. So again, I know most people, younger people, use their phones and their notes and everything. I do too, but in addition, I write everything down. But anyways, so that is where I'm at right now with my prep, and I'm super excited because usually, we do about 6-7 months of improvement depending on where we're at. And this year I am also focusing only on the natural shows. So I'm going to be doing a natural show, and I am going to share with you on how the drug testing works, how just this new side of the MPC works, so that I can share with all of you on how that's going and what my thoughts are. Right now, moving on after my update with my training. So updates on my personal life. Like I said, work has been crazy, and I am working more hours than I have because it's been very busy. So there's times where I come home and I have to continue my job, my work, but it's been okay. And as always, I plan everything out so that I'm able to continue doing my training, continue to be able to do my mom and wife duties, so that we're good in my personal life. Now, just recently, 2 days ago, I shared with you all on social media that it was my husband and my 28th anniversary, which we both think it's crazy. I can't believe we've been married for that long. But we are planning our trip, our anniversary trip, and so I will share that with you too. I'm super excited. We try to have our yearly anniversary trip. That's what we do as a gift to each other for our anniversary. And then of course I have my big kids, my adult kids, which they're going to be turning 21 in a few weeks. I can't believe that. 21, my twins are turning 21 in 2 weeks. And my grandbaby, which I love. We have been hanging out with her. We went to a theme park last week with her, and so it's been great. So again, trying to fit in my things going on, my personal life with me as an athlete, and making sure that I'm going through things that I need to be successful as an athlete. Now, with that being said, you will not always be motivated, and that's one question that comes up very often. How do you stay motivated? you will not always stay motivated. It helps that you enjoy the sports, obviously, because if you, whatever it is that you like, those of you that are runners, those of you that are dancers, those of you that are, whatever it is you enjoy, even those people that just enjoy eating, right? Whatever you do, it helps that you enjoy to do what you do, right? But does it mean that you will always be motivated? No. Even those like myself that have been doing this for over 12 years, going on 13 years of bodybuilding, there's going to be days where you don't feel motivated. The thing is that what's going to get you there is going to be discipline. And I'm sure you've heard this many times. What we need to do is make sure that we get ourselves to do that thing, whether it is meal prep or get yourself to the gym. Because once you do that, it becomes a habit. Now, will there be days that you're not going to want to wake up, or will there be days that you don't want to go or eat that certain meal? Yes, absolutely. Even if you prep, even if you plan. But that's when you have to remind yourself of your goal. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Whether it is for your health or because you're an athlete and you're trying to compete. Now, it is different when you are trying to compete than it is of a lifestyle. What I mean with that is you have a little more, kind of flexibility, because if you don't train, for a long period of time because of life, vacation, and things like those, well, you do what you got to do and you come back, but that doesn't make you an unhealthy person, right? Now, if you're training for a show and you have life or things going on, if you've been doing it for years, it's not going to affect you. But if you are on a prep for a show, it could affect you, right? Because you have a time set for what you're trying to do. So obviously it varies and it depends, but I will tell you that there's been times where, and this is just me, my personal experience, when I don't want to go to the gym because either the day before I had a hard day at work, or because I'm having something, I don't know, I didn't rest, I don't know, whatever, or just I don't feel like it. I go to the gym in the morning. I start my training at 5 a.m. so that I can have enough time to do everything else during the day, right? So in the morning, I do not snooze. I will, as soon as my alarm goes off, I will get up. No matter how I feel, no matter what's going on, I will get up. I change. I try to have my attire ready for me, so it's not like, now I have to look for what to wear. Well, it's already getting late, so you know what? Might as well, I won't go. Because you will try, your mind will play games on you, and you will try to figure out ways, if you're not wanting to go, how not to go. And then you'll tell yourself, I'll just go in the afternoon. And then here comes the afternoon out of work, and it's like, I'm too tired. You know what? This is just going to be my rest day. I'll do it tomorrow. And here we go, right? So instead of doing that, get yourself up, however it is. Get yourself up and get yourself to the gym. That's what I tell myself. I get to the gym, and once I'm there, when I'm having these days, amazing. Sometimes I have the best training that I've had, right? Or I hit, a PR or something. So my, just what I would recommend, or what I do, or what I feel that everybody should try, is just getting yourself there. And I'm not talking about when you're sick. You guys know I got sick, about a month ago, and I didn't train. And, that's different situations that we go through. But I'm talking about motivation. You have to get it done. It is about discipline. It is about making this a habit. It is about you getting yourself there. Because once you're there, and again, you hear this a lot, you're not going to regret it. Even if it is just to get on the treadmill to do a walk, even if it is not your best workout, but you got it done, it's gonna feel good. You get out of there feeling accomplished, you got it done, and that's it, right? So in my mind, I always think about these things. I think this through. So when I have to wake up in the morning, I don't think about it. I just hit my alarm. I get up. I do what I got to do to get ready, and I get myself to the gym. So again, it is normal. Motivation is not what gets people to the stage to compete or even to win. It's not the motivation. It is the dedication that gets each and every athlete to accomplish competing. There is going to be always things that are going to happen. It's part of life. Lots of things happen, and that's everybody. None of us are exempt from life events. They will happen, but it's up to us how we react to the situations, what we do with it, and that's what's going to make us different. So I hope this was helpful, and again, this is just my personal update, what I'm doing, and hopefully, I'm able to share with you soon where I'm going to go for vacation for my anniversary trip, and maybe some other things coming up. But for those of you also that have been asking for when I put my polls that you want to see more of my personal life, I've actually opened up a YouTube and a Instagram on my personal life. So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to follow me or to watch my videos on there too. But other than that, I think that is it. What has been going on. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.